Welcome back to the Messy but Beloved podcast. We are your hosts, Kate
and Liam. Today we will talk about purpose and what your purpose is. Today's verse comes from Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 11. It says, "The Lord said, surely I will deliver you for a good purpose."
Purpose. Our greatest purpose, the biggest thing, is in the Bible, Matthew 29:19. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. That verse continues. You can go read it later, but that's the gist of it. Our job, our purpose, our biggest purpose, the thing, and you can do this and accomplish this in many different ways. But our biggest goal in life should always be to tell others, and complete the Great Commission.
And glorify God. That's what I put down. But
God has a plan and a purpose for everyone, and that looks very different for everyone. Some people have gifts for, sharing with God, sharing your faith with others and telling others, just like above and beyond. Like everybody should be doing that, but like some people are gifted in that area more than others. Some people are gifted in music, so they can. Their purpose is to, sing at church or, create music and make albums and I don't know. And some people are for missions, tell people that way. Some people are created for teaching and just showing God's love through interacting with kids. And some people are created for, for like doctors, nursing, the medical field, and, helping people that way. Therapist, pastor, anything, everything that you could do. Your purpose is, ultimately to glorify God, but what you do, how you accomplish that, is basically, in very simple terms, just based off of your interests. So we use our interests to, find the people to, share and to, use those interests, like singing, for example. You sing at church and you sing and worship God, and you bring people together and bring people to God that way. And, in every area, like missions, obviously the goal of missions is to help people and bring them closer to God and teach them the gospel. So, actually all of the examples I mentioned are, in some way fields to tell other people about God in some way, shape, or form. Our purpose is a way for us. It's a way for us to measure our values. It's how we measure our values. It's how we create our goals. That's how we figure out what we want to do with our lives. So if we have no idea what we're here for, what we're doing, why we're doing it, then we're not going to know what to do with ourselves, obviously. So with our purpose, we can, from there, form our goals and put our identity in, not in our purpose, but in God through our purpose. You got anything else you want to add?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay. Everyone has a central purpose that's the same, but we also have, individual purposes as well. Like we have, as I said, like we have our own we have our own personalities and interests and things we're good at. And so that's how we complete our purpose. Good ways to find our purpose are obviously asking God for help. Ask God what He wants for you, because His plan is greater than all other plans. He knows what He is doing. He knows what your future holds. He knows everything about you, your personality, your secrets, your sins, your everything. And He knows exactly what's going to happen in your future. So He has everything laid out for you. So He knows what you need to do now to reach that future. And so ask Him to help you find your purpose and how you should fulfill that purpose. Ask others too. Others can help you. Say like, hey, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think others might be benefited? Like, how do you think I can help others using my talents? Think about what you are good at and enjoy and what you enjoy doing and how you think you can help others. Because God and other people and yourself, between all of those areas, you should be able to cover and figure out what is, good for you. And I know some people, especially at our age, we're not sure exactly what, we're good at, or when, or like we don't know what we want to do with our lives, and maybe we don't even know like if we're interested in sports or if we're interested in music or acting or I don't know, whatever else, robotics. So it can be difficult to know how to live out our purpose and how to discover our purpose because we still haven't figured out what our interests are. And my advice for that is to try things and see what fits. Like, it's not that hard to sign up for a club or a camp in the summer just to try out that new sport or to just see if you like the robotics club or if you like acting or if you are like music. It's trying things out is the best way to do it because if you don't try, you'll never know. There's also spiritual gifts tests that can help you know about what your gifts to live out God's purpose is. Those have some specific purposes in it that are a little bit confusing. Maybe we'll take the test on the podcast sometime. Probably not.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. I don't know when we're going to do that. And probably I don't know when we're going to do it. But the spiritual gifts test is a great resource to discover your purpose. Your experiences and things that you have gone through in your life, and the way that you have been raised, and there's everything around you, and what you are, I don't know, the environment that you're in, all affects what you are, what your purpose is. For the example that I have here is, if your parent, if you have a parent who, for example, had cancer, and you saw how the nurses at the hospital were super helpful and were really encouraging through you and your parent and just to everyone around you, and they got you through this the hard time, and they were really a big blessing in your life, then maybe after that you feel some sort of calling to be a nurse. I think I've seen that in so many different ways. Like a lot of people have, chosen that. Like they're like, this field has helped me or somebody close to me. So I want to do that too, and I want to help other people. So, that's something that affects everyone, like your purpose. And your purpose changes throughout your life in the season that you're in. Right now in high school, maybe it's to, attend your sports camps or your music camps or whatever it is, and just be on the lookout for people to talk to about Jesus. Maybe that's your purpose right now. But maybe in the future, your purpose is to go on missions trips and help people and tell people that way. And then maybe even later on, your purpose is, become a doctor and help people that way. So in every season of life, your purpose changes and can be different. So that's something to be aware of. And, aware of, and also gracious with yourself. That in every season of your life, it might look differently, but there is always something that you can do. Everything that you do, it doesn't have to be this big thing, but everything that you do should be to glorify God. It can be your just everyday experiences. It could be every day I want to go to Starbucks and get a coffee. If that's what you do, then maybe just when you go into the store, assuming you don't go through the drive-thru, but every day when you go into the store, you hold the door open for somebody and you give them a smile and say, "Have a good day." And maybe you take some time to talk to the cashier or the barista. And so maybe that's some way that you can fulfill your purpose, is everything that you do, even the boring, painstaking, routine things, just do it to glorify God. And do everything to the best of your ability, especially in high school when school is hard. Middle school and high school, it's so hard, especially since there's so many things around you trying to tear you down. There's so much negativity around you. There's so much drama around you. And it's, hard because you have to get up early and you're busy and you have school, and school's not the most fun. But it's easy to just want to slow down and to just slack off on a few assignments, or just not put in your best effort, or just sulk around, put on a hoodie and sweatpants, which that's not a bad thing. I'm just, the slack off example, which I still not, I don't know. Just forget that. I love sweatpants and hoodies.
Me too. It's what I live in the winter, honestly.
Yeah. But, just like put on the bare minimal outfit and then just kind of go to school, not really to talk to anybody or look at anybody, which this is exactly what I do every day, by the way. And just like sulk around and, instead of just putting in your best effort, because people notice that, and maybe that's how you benefit other people, then you inspire other people to want to be like you. If they see the joy in you and the perseverance and the strength, then that's a good way to live out purpose too. Your purpose is a direction for you. It's how you, it's a good way to, it's a good way to plan your life. If you have a purpose that is the basis of what you want to accomplish in life, what your goal is, then you can plan smaller goals, and when you're making decisions, that's what you base your goals around. And obviously we have to remember to do that. So that's the hardest thing, one of the hardest things with purpose, besides identifying what your purpose is, which honestly isn't that deep as we try to make it. Finding your purpose is literally just what you're interested in, and it's literally just any way that you can glorify God. That's your purpose. And so every day when we make our decisions, we should make our decisions to glorify God, which fulfills our purpose. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm almost falling asleep over here. It's really bad. I'm like fighting to stay awake. Yeah, no, I think you hit everything. No, I'm out of it. I don't know why. I guess I just need to start talking about something.
She's not even looking at the notes anymore.
No, I don't even know what I was doing. I scrolled down.
She was trying to stay awake.
I was trying really hard. Yeah. So purpose is really important. There definitely, I bet there is some sort of like class that somebody could offer, or
yeah, our church has done
our church has done
like that. So
church has done like a deep dive.
Gotta be some sort of.
There has to be something that you could probably do, or like an online course you could do. Probably find an online course, or an online test, or which you already pointed out.
Personality tests.
Personality tests, you could definitely do that. And if you are curious, I bet if you take like a personality test, then be like, oh, how can I do this? Or take like a career test too. You could do that and then be like, oh, and then brainstorm ways of whatever like answer you got. How can I glorify God in this situation? What can I do if I ever do join this workforce? And everything like that. Bottom line is definitely glorify God, spread the word, and yeah.
Everything that you do, your goal is to glorify God. And I know we've said this, and not exactly those words.
It's really important, though.
But everything that you do has to be for God's purpose. So everything that you step into, ask God, ask yourself, ask your friends, ask your parents, how can I glorify God through this situation? And that will look differently in every situation. But just however you can do that, that's what you should be doing.
I'm glorifying God for the ability to rest. at this point. I'm really excited to go to bed now because I'm really tired. Which I don't know why.
This.
It's 5 in the
I'm
afternoon.
gonna have to force you to talk next episode so you stay awake.
Okay. I think I can actually do that though.
Okay. Well, for our challenge today, just quick before we get going, think about how your gifts and talents can be used for God's glory.
Yeah.
And then
Take one of those
do
tests.
it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please follow and possibly rate us because that means so much to us, and it gives other people the chance to find us in the algorithms and be impacted by us as well.
We also have an email linked in the description. If you have anything you want to share with us, like a topic or a question, a recommendation per request, anything along those lines, or just whatever you want to reach out, don't hesitate to send an email. We'll do our best to read and answer every single email that we receive. We're here for you. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.